see a lot of my students here, so that's great. Thank you so much for attending. Just as a reminder, you do have to attend 2 of these, so if you attended one, you're gonna love this one by Dr. Tony Fleury. I know he doesn't call himself doctor, but he is. You're gonna love this session, so if you do attend this one, then you just have one more. And so we'll get started. So I'll just do a brief introduction, then I'll pass it on to Tony. So Dr. Tony Fleury was born in Damascus, Syria, where he attended a private French Brothers school. He is a famous artist, actor, has a genuine love of theater. At a young age, Tony became an artist who went on to open multiple art exhibitions totaling over 7. His oil painting consists of people's impressions, church icons, and magnificent sculpture. After high school, Tony decided to change his professional focus from an artist and began his journey as an electrical engineer. He decided to immediately move his life to Michigan in 1971 to study his newfound passion of electrical engineering. Tony shortly thereafter invented a training computer in 1973 and used his knowledge to become a professor at the age of 24, teaching computer design, analog, and digital and software design. In 1978, Tony moved to Massachusetts and became a Raytheon engineering manager. Then, in 1993, Tony went on to invent the Fleury box and started Fleury Industries. Tony is a keynote speaker, electrical engineer, scientist, entrepreneur, philanthropist, and inventor. And I will pass it on to Tony and have him continue introducing himself.
Turn the microphone here. I really don't need the microphone. I don't know if you can hear me all the way in the back. Can you? Ah, so I'll put it just for the heck of it. Okay. My name is Tony Corey. I don't like to be called Mr. Corey or Tony. Please call me Tony or Uncle Tony. Sounds good?
Yes.
Okay. Now you guys master degree students, are you?
Yes.
How smart are you? Very smart. Make sure you say it. Very smart. Okay, electrical engineer. Who's here? Anybody taking electrical? Mechanical? IT? Software? Oh. Okay, now if something happened to the computer, all of you, when you raise your hand, you get up here and fix it. Sounds good? Sounds good. Okay, we're gonna have fun today. It's not gonna be, going to be like a presentation I wanna read and show you. It's gonna be stuff that you use in the future. And the keynote today is we all gonna search for the wow, W-O-W. Think about it. I'm looking for the wow, you better look for the wow. Now you all have to believe in me. And you have to believe in you if you want to succeed in the future. So I start the slide and feel free to call me Uncle Tony. Oh, this is not gonna work. Marianne, where are you when I need you? You can change it for me. So you all going to Northeastern University. You know what's so special now, this week or next week, this month with Northeastern University? The what? The birthday. Do you guys want to sing happy birthday to Northeastern? You want to do it?
Sure.
Go ahead. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Northeastern. Happy birthday. I cannot believe you listening to me. But that's okay. He's going to be late. He's going to pay $2 more. You're going to pay $2 extra.
Okay.
Take a seat. Okay, so it's the 125 years birthday for Northeastern. That's fantastic. 1909, this is when they opened up the engineering schools here. And look at Northeastern all over the world. We love Northeastern University. Happy birthday, congratulations to you. Okay, that's me when I came into the United States. 1971. I was skinny, I used to wear size 29, skinny like a toothpick. But the McDonald's and the Burger King and the Wendy, all the good and the bad food here, you gain some weight. So I grew up in Damascus, Syria. It's the oldest city in the world. I attended Catholic school, all French brothers. They used to beat the hell out of us all the time. It was legit before. Nothing happened to us. We succeed. From kindergarten to like 8th, 9th grade, I was the top. I was so smart, the top. But like Dr. Marianne explained to you that I was an artist. I remember I was the youngest artist to open exhibition, painting, oil painting, expression, old man, a young girl, or whatever. And I used to act on the stage. I used to read poem on the radio. I became famous. And what happened after that, from 8th, 9th grade to 12th grade, I said, the hell with the education. Let's put the education on the side. I'm gonna have fun. I discovered the fame, the girlfriends, and everything sat down on the side. I had a good time, believe it or not. But now I reached the high school. My dad died in 1965. I'm the oldest and 5 sisters. God helped me with 5 girls in the house and their mom, you know. So I was the only boy and 5 girls. And when I reached the high school, I said, I don't know if I'm gonna make the high school. So now I woke up, I started believing myself. I wanna look for what I wanna do in the future. So I picked up, can you imagine an artist? We have a vision. We look out of the box. And being an electrical engineer, I said, I wanna be an electrical engineer. I wanna go to the United States, and I wanna study electrical engineering. Now I feel all of you. Probably most of you, your parents over there, your family, your this and that. I left my mom and 5 sisters 5 years after my dad died. My mom, she flipped, she said, oh my God. I said, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna study, I'm gonna open new page. You know, nobody believed me because I was a bad boy. Not bad boy, I left the education. I don't care about the education, you know. We finished the high school. I think maybe the teacher felt bad for me, just barely passed me with the lowest grade. I end up in Michigan. September 7, 1971. October 4, not even 1 month, the electrical engineering class stopped. And I don't want to take the TOEFL. You remember that, you know the TOEFL? Mm-hmm. I don't want to take it, waste 1 year of my time. So I went fake it to the guidance counselor, the foreign student counselor. So anyway, I started October 4th. I couldn't speak English. I speak fluent French, but the word is the same. You say positive in English, we say it positive, negative, so similar. I don't know how quick I picked up the English, but believe it or not, my GPA was 4. I got my bachelor degree in 2 years. Let me tell you how. Now everybody's gonna say, ooh, I wish it's the same. We used to pay $300 per semester. Each semester you can take between 12 to 21 credit hours for $300. So that's what I did. I took 21 credit hours. I studied winter, fall, summer. I got it for 2 years. Now, after 2 years, when in this country, I'm listening to the student next to me, they don't understand what's binary, ones and zero. 1, you have voltage, 0, you don't have. So because I'm an artist, computers are broken down into input, output, memory, arithmetic, and control unit. So I drew the block diagram. I represent everything with LED. Transistor logic just came out. And I got a patent on this computer. University flipped. They couldn't find anybody teach computer back then. So they applied for me to the Labor Department in Chicago. In 2 weeks, I got welcome to the United States. I've been here for 2 years now. You're telling me welcome to the United States. I got my green card. And I became a professor at age 24. I loved it. I became so famous teaching. You know, I relate to the student, and you know, like I go into class, I don't want to leave until everybody understands. If we finish the time and you don't understand, I stay extra to get you going. I used to lecture from 8 o'clock in the morning till 11 o'clock nighttime. And to make it quick, Raytheon wanted me to come in and become the engineering manager. I never saw a missile in my life, and I want to be the engineering manager for Raytheon. I said, no, I like teaching. They bought me, money talk, big money. So I came in and I became the manager, the engineering manager for Raytheon. I had a great time. I'm a hacker, I like to play. If somebody deal with high frequency is, like few people in the world can deal up to like 100 gigahertz. So I like to go play. So I picked up a little here and a little there. And I stayed with them 14 years. After 14 years, the Air Force pushed me to do a project. You have a module. They use it on one of the missiles. You don't need to know which one, but one of us. High power, 300 volts, 30 amps. And they want to test it. A lot of power. You have to cool it to run it in room temperature. Thermodynamic, thermal testing. They said, Tony, we pay millions of dollars for the instrumentation to test this missile, and we stay like 2 hours to reach temperature. So in my own mind, I said, okay, I will come up with something. So what I did, this is the device, and when you talk thermodynamic, the closer to the device, the better you can change the temperature. It could be more stable. So I took that device, put it inside a box, insulated, like a little briefcase. I designed a heat sink to suck the power. Anyway, Air Force wanted me to go on my own, so I did. I started what we call Corey Industry. If I want to explain what Corey Industry does, is a thermodynamic, thermal testing, you name the company, we did it, even with medical, with automotive, with everybody. So we do a lot of customer work, plus we have our own custom design standard product. Now, you guys smart, you're going through your master's degree. Each material has a property. And each material, let's say I'm taking aluminum. What's inside the aluminum? Bunch of molecules. Now what happened when you cool it? The molecule come closer to each other and they stick together. So if you have 100-foot airplane made from aluminum, when you cool it, it's gonna shrink. It'll shrink a little bit. How much it shrink? So you go to the aluminum, you look at the property, tell you how much you shrink. So this is one. When you hear it, it's too hot. Molecules, they separate and they move. But when you cool it, becomes strong, by the way. The reason I'm telling you do this with my job, and maybe in the future you're gonna see they have some high frequency board and they wanna probe it down, and it's only a little tiny bit in the micron, and you see the wire, you look at it in the microscope, you see 3 pins. They wanna come down and make a connection on the wafer or on the chip. So just imagine, one material is gonna move that much. The second material is gonna move this, this, and this. So inside the box, you have many different material. And the trick is you have to be like an artist. You wanna sit down and say, okay, I wanna use this one, it moved that much, and this one. So when you go to room temperature at 25 degrees Celsius, you can stay here. If you go cold, it moves. And I don't wanna bore you with technical stuff, but this is the basic. This is what I do every day. I love what I do every day. I get up early in the morning. I'm there 3 o'clock in the morning. I like to do all my electronic design in the morning, talk to my sales people in Europe, and keep going. I give you a little advice from Uncle Tony. Keep smiling. Make sure you pick a job that you love. If you don't like the job, don't stay. You have jobs that can make you live for a long time, and make jobs that kill you. Let's go to the next slide. This is when I became professor. Just imagine you have a guy like this with a professor. That's me, look at the eyebrow. I figure, just for the fun of it. I was 24. And I don't know what the heck the style back in the 70s. Bell bottom purple, velvet pants, the tie match with this one, the shirt has same color. You buy them from Sears or whoever. Okay, now I'm gonna jump in from one thing to the other. And don't forget, what did I tell you at the beginning? We're looking for the Wow. You remember? Okay. Everybody know we're in Michigan. And everybody know or you heard of Grand Rapids, Michigan. This picture for little Tommy. Little Tommy, he was in elementary school in Grand Rapids, Michigan. He had some hearing problem and he was okay. So the teacher came in, little Tommy, come over here. I'm gonna give you a letter, go give it to your mommy, and don't open it. So he went to his mom and he handed her the letter. He said, my teacher gave it to me, I don't know what he wants. The mother started reading, she started crying. And she said, Mommy, why are you crying? Because Tommy's dad died, so mommy taking care. She said, why are you crying? She said, well, the teacher said, say it in the paper, that your son Tommy, he is so smart. We don't have teacher to teach him. Keep him home, and you teach him. Tommy said, okay. A couple of years later, the mother died. He didn't want to touch her stuff. And after a year, he went and he want to open the drawer and take some of the stuff out. And he found a letter. He opened the letter and he read. Marianne? Oh, Amy? He opened the letter and he started reading it. He said, your son, Thomas Edison, is not capable of studying anything. He don't understand anything. The best thing is keep him home and let him stay without education. That person is Thomas Edison. You know why I like the story? I always tell everybody that story because I love failure. You always want to fail, but don't stay down and don't look back. You fail, you want to keep going straight. Thomas Edison, and that's a fact. He failed 1,000 times with his experiment with the light. But the 1,001, and that's a fact, 1,001, he invented the light bulb. That's Thomas Edison. So keep your mind, like nothing impossible. If you want to succeed in life, you can be anything. So, just fly high. Next. Okay. Determination. We talked about Thomas Edison. He want to do this. He want to do that. He keep going and going and he did. This guy is just a doctor. And look at him, OBGYN. He's a friend of mine. We grew up together when we were little kids. He want to be a doctor. He want to be a surgeon. In Syria, after you finish your high school, they give you your diploma is to take a test with the government. If you score a high number, you can go in the medical school or the engineering school. The other one, boom, this is the way they do it. So Hal, he just needed 1 point to be in the medical. So what he decided, I want to take the year over again. He stayed home, did not go, and his buddy is always with me, but he ignored everybody. He passed, and he studied medical in Syria. During the war in Lebanon, a lot of people heard, he volunteered, he went to Lebanon and stayed doing operation, blah, blah. He came in eventually to United States of America. When you come in as a doctor or engineer, or, you have to make your degrees equivalent. You have to take a test. Now, Suhail, he speaks zero English. The same way I came in and the same way most of you came in. So what he did, he said, I'm gonna take the test. He took the test, flunked. He flunked. 7 times until he gets his English going and he passed it. And he became so successful in New Jersey and New York. Now he retired. He went back to Syria, opened up a hospital, opened up university to teach, medical, dental, engineering, and so on and so forth. He's my mentor. I am his mentor. We're friend of ours. So just imagine, if you need something, you can get it. Never, ever, ever give up. Okay. Let's make the world go around with us, with the technical people. Is we need mentor. Everybody know what mentor. And mentor, you have to pick who's gonna be your mentor. Look at this picture, Bill Gates, software guy. Michael Dell, financial guy. Steve Jobs, engineer, lousy engineer. But he was the #1 in invention, in sales and marketing. And this guy, I love to have his money. You know this guy. Yeah, I won't be, no, I'm just kidding. I don't know what to do with his money. So we got all those guys, software, financial, and engineer, and Elon Musk. Which one you pick to be your mentor? Give me a name. Elon Musk?
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates? You know, the answer is okay. Elon Musk or Bill Gates. It's basically all of them. I can be your mentor. Dr. Abirami could be your mentor. A business owner could be your mentor. And make sure you get many, many, many mentors. Nobody's perfect. You want to learn. I still am not perfect. I always make mistakes. I make big mistakes. Small mistake, but it depends about the mood. Okay. Network. How many people request me to be on LinkedIn with them? Probably a lot of them. I got a lot of. And I accept it, isn't it? Make sure if you need anything, please call me, guys. You know, so it just feel like no problem. Network. This is the way you build your friends, your people, you learn from them, and the more the merrier. Whoever requests you to be on LinkedIn, at the beginning, I don't accept half of them. They bunch of salespeople or this, and they want to sell me this, and they want. But sales, that's what makes the world go around. And you listen to them, and you buy from them. So make sure you register on LinkedIn. Now you do me a big favor and listen to Uncle Tony here. If you are on TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, all of this, cancel the account. Cancel it. Why are you laughing? Cancel the account and stay on LinkedIn. Okay, next. This is the wow. This is good for when you start looking for a job very soon, when you start working for a company and you want to present an idea, a project, and you want to go present it to the upper management. Forget the job now. Let's say you're working for Intel, you're working for Raytheon, BAE, or whatever the company, and oh my gosh, you come out with a great idea. So you go and you ask the upper management for a meeting. And the first thing you want to look is that, wow. Like if you want to make them, you say, my name is Tony, my last name is Bologna. You say, wow, really? You know, I'm giving you an example. So, and when you present something, and keep it in your mind, don't be cocky. Like you know it all. Nobody knows everything. You look at them straight in the face and be straight to the point. And this is what makes you successful and powerful. Nobody knows the project except you. And when you know the project, knowledge is what? Can somebody tell me? Knowledge is power. So you go over there, you present it, and when you start explaining yourself, when you prepare, you say, I want to say wow. When you hear the word wow, that means you're done. That means you're in good shape. Now I put those just for the heck of it here. There is 4 types of wow. Money, salary, profit. I won the lottery ticket. $1.4 billion. Mega ball. Make sure you buy. My mom, she used to tell me, you're crazy if you buy more than 1 ticket, and you're crazy if you don't buy 1 ticket. So, whatever. That's a wow. You make a lot of money, a lot of profit in a company. Your salary, they double your salary, or they give you 20, 30%. That's a wow. Security, safety, well-being. And you need somebody to know what, you know, like if this is my employee and Raytheon or the people who work for me, I say, what a great job you did. And you know what, today is Friday, go sneak out. Don't tell anybody, just say I sent you for a business trip. You know, you need something like this, you know. And the last one, you know, a lady found a nice guy, and the nice guy, he fell in love with her, a romance. I said, wow. they match. Future promise. If you do this, I'm gonna go buy you Lamborghini or Ferrari. This would be wow, wow. And the new experience. Okay. This is, when I came into this country, I have $100 in my pocket. I left my mom and my 5 sisters. We stopped in Iceland. I felt so guilty. Leaving my mom and my 5 sisters. I took $25 from my pocket. I went to the gift store, bought a card, put the $25, I sent it back to my sister and my mom. And I came in with $75, to United States. See, we work hard. There isn't, like today, if I can't teach or I can't work in my company or this, you want me to be a janitor, I'll be a janitor. There's no shame about what you do to make a living. And you always, you guys smart. You guys go into a master's degree. And you have to listen to me and please apply it. Don't go settle for the less. They ask me, Tony, what is your taste? I say, my taste is very simple. I like the best. And you guys, make sure you fly high. You reach that height, you can go higher. And you wanna go reach to the height. And always dream big. And fly to the top. Now let's assume, what's next? Okay, let's assume you can't fly. So what do? Is you start running, and you keep running and running until you learn, can you change it? You keep running, and if you can't run anymore, you start walking, and you keep walking. If you can't walk anymore, you better crawl. And you keep crawling and crawling and crawling until you learn how to walk. You keep walking, you learn how to run, and after you can fly high. Think about it. I'm not talking about jogging and running. I'm talking about in your mind. As an example, you run, you walk. Keep it in mind. Nothing is impossible. Trust me. Okay, what is wisdom? Now you guys are gonna graduate, everybody, and you wanna go looking for opportunity. Are you, everybody looking for opportunity? Yes. All right. At the end of the session, we're gonna sing happy birthday again. That was funny. You're looking for opportunity. Opportunity, people here, student, it comes in very short period of time. If you miss it, you lost it. And you don't know what the next opportunity is gonna come in. So, it's $5. Okay, go inside. You got it. You're gonna pay $10. Okay. So you wanna look for this opportunity for your future. But to take this opportunity, you have to give up some stuff. You know what you have to give up? Your cell phone. This cell phone. So you start school now. Everybody take your cell phone and put a voicemail. So when the phone rings, it goes to voicemail. Hi, this is Tony and this is Bob or Samantha or blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I can't come to the phone. Please leave me a voicemail with your phone number. I will call you back in May, June when the school is done. Can you do that? What do you think, I'm cocky? You have to do that. You have to pay attention to your school. I got succeeded in life because I busted my butt in the school studying. Every day I used to come in from school, sit down, dictionary, changing from French to English and this and that, and I got my degrees. I did not pay for the last 2 degrees because I was a professor for free. Sleep, that's the next thing you have to give up. Now, how many people get up at 6 o'clock? 7 o'clock? 12 o'clock? Shame on you guys. Okay, what did I just say to everybody? Opportunity comes in short period of time. If you're sleeping, you miss this opportunity. Me, I want 4 hours sleep a day, maybe 5. It depends on the mood. Possible or impossible. You see here, we have 2 mountains, they got separated. And look at the I, look at the M. There is nothing impossible. You get your mindset, you could do it. Look at the technology changing from day one, since when I was a little kid, and now. You set up your mind, you can do it. And the last, this is my favorite. And I use it in my company, I use it in Raytheon. When an engineer tells me, oh, it's good enough. Good enough, it's not enough. Has to meet the spec, has to be perfect, quality, workmanship, everything. When it's nothing good enough. Okay. So now I'm going to take you through the back years. I look young, but I'm not that young. Believe me, I'm not that young. If I tell you how old I am, you're going to be shocked. All my friends from school, they walking on cane, they wrinkle, and here's me. I don't know what stress mean. I don't know what anxiety mean. I don't know what's back problem mean, and they keep going and going and going. I love what I do, and make sure you find a job you love what you do. So back when I was a little babies, this is in the 50s. I can't remember, mid-50s or whatever. They come out with what they call a little piece of gizmo like this baby here. AM radio, transistor radio, that's an AM radio. You see how you hold your cell phone now? And you walk, we used to hold the radio, maybe Tom Jones way, singing or somebody else. A few years later, look what they come out. Well, this is the AM. They come out with the AM and the FM radio. Next. TV, black and white. When we had TV in the house, we were the first one in the street to have a little black and white TV, and it doesn't go on till like 6 o'clock night in the afternoon, and it closed like 11 o'clock. We don't have so many channels. And again, after that, in the late 60s, they come out with a color TV. I don't know if you remember TVs like that, your grandparent or something like that, they had it. So they come out with that TV. Next. Laptop. Look at here. What is that? Apple. Steve Jobs, the lousy engineer. But he's a good inventor. This is the first laptop. Still like this. I used to have one. Now what do we have? Different model. iPhone. You can take pictures. You put the iPhone with the picture. They put every photography store out of business. The little phone. So powerful. Okay, rocket going to the space. Just imagine 1891. In 1891, they tried to make something to go up in space. To me, I look at it as the piece of metal like this, a firecracker. You start laughing at it, but it's someplace to start an idea, nothing impossible. They start with this. In 1943, now they went through the space. In the late 60s, where did they go? To the moon. And look at this now. What I'm trying to show you, everybody here, in my lifetime, when I was a little kid until today, we did all of this. And this is on electronics. I'm not talking about the medical, the CAT scan, the this, all those equipment. So what he wants you to do is look at this. This is my time, from AM radio, FM radio, to the rocket. And what the future holds. Your generation will decide the next big invention for mankind. The way I look at you all, you are the most important generation for all mankind. In my lifetime, from when I was baby until now, we got this. So we're gonna hand it to you, and it's up to you to go to the next level. Sounds good? Can we say happy birthday? It's Northeastern University, 125 years. You got the new people, they just walked in, you owe me $2. So basically, this is my presentation. You know, I went through the years quick, fast. But the thing you learn from me is I'm determined, I wanna be successful. I'm determined, I wanna work on this project, I wanna be successful. Don't settle for less. Your taste is very simple, the best. Network, determination, failure. Do not stop if you have a failure. Failure, it will teach you. You keep going. I failed so many times, but I get up and I keep going, keep going. Okay, we're gonna open up for a question. This will be $3 per question. Come on, give me something. I need to make money. Yeah.
What's the biggest challenge that you faced while opening the Korea Industries?
Okay. When you go open up your own company, well, you leave in your salary, you're getting salary from Raytheon, big salary. And now you come in, you wanna open Korea Industry. So I went from here and I started with zero. Now I'm gonna go work and do something. You have, you know, people say you have to have a luck. I don't believe in luck. You know, I believe, I decided, I'm determined, I wanna do that. So I wanna open Korea Industry, and I'm a businessman. By the way, I'm a business hacker, they call it. In 1980, I bought a plaza in Bellingham Center, right in the center. And while I'm working in Raytheon, so I opened up a coffee shop, better than Dunkin' Donuts back then, 1980. I opened up a restaurant. I opened up travel agency, Corey Travel. I opened Photorama to develop pictures. And I opened up a liquor store, and I opened up Korea Industry. My mind keep going, you know, keep going. I don't know, that, you know, you build it, you sell it. I like, you know, too many things. So my biggest challenge with Korea Industry is you come in, every week you're gonna get paid, now you don't. But I was super excited that in 2 weeks, because the Air Force loved my idea, the Air Force pushed me to go on my own. I got a call from McDonnell Douglas in California. Mr. Corey, we want you to bid on a job for the Delta rocket and the Harpoon missile. And we want the Corey boss. No matter how you look at it, it's like $500,000 contract. I said, oh my God, now I'm gonna become super rich. But it's not the money. I saw, they gave it to me. They gave me the order, and after the rest is history. I'm all over the world. Even in India, my sales guy over there is named Venkatesh, Mr. Venkatesh, anyway. Yeah, I'm in Italy. I go to Milan a lot. I know Milan like I know Bellingham. My town, they have Arena Difense. France, they have Dassault. Dassault, they do the, like Raytheon here. Gonesse, it's the same thing like NASA. They do Lorient 5, or in French we call it Lorient 5 or 5. In Singapore and Philippines, all over. And I love it. I travel the world. And one thing about my job, my thing is I saw the world. I love what I do. And the challenge, you know, like, it takes a lot of guts to do that. And don't be scared. If you believe in something, go after it. Opportunity comes in a very short period of time. But that was my biggest obstacle. And that's it. Still a lot of obstacle, but you have to, like I say, I don't know what stress means. I don't know what anxiety you think I'm not, but you guys have to learn if something's gonna happen tomorrow, why you wanna dwell on it today and worry about what's gonna happen tomorrow. Live your life, you're gonna live once. We are an actors. We come to here as a stage and bye-bye, somebody else comes in. Anybody else? Yes.
Like as you told right now about obstacles and all, So like a phase, if it might have come like when you were establishing Corey Industries,
Yeah.
where things were not working, moment of disappointments.
Yes.
So how did you deal with that, and how did you overcome that? What all things and qualities do we need to exercise in order to overcome the obstacles, moment of disappointments, and when things are not working in favor?
So if I wanna rephrase your question, in Corey Industry, when I opened up the company, maybe I have a lot of disappointment. How I went through them and what did I do and stuff like that? That's your question?
Yeah.
Okay. See, always you will have failures, but failure is not gonna stop you. I get job, let's say NASA, I do a lot of work for NASA. They gave me a job. I wanna put magnetometer inside the Corey box. No metallic whatsoever. So I can use titanium, I can use aluminum, I can use a brass, non-magnetic. They're gonna put magnetometer inside and they're gonna measure the magnetic field. Now, to test it with a box with magnetometer, they put it in a dome. Dome on the second floor. Now the equipment to drive the temperature up, it's all magnetic. So they did calculation that the magnetic affected from the system in the first floor is like 30 feet away, but they want 50. So I had to make a hose from silicone to handle the temperature, insulation, and it's 50 foot long. My son Johnny here, him and I, we worked on it, trying to push this one. Anyway, that was a lot of obstacle. How are we gonna make sure no magnetic go to test it? Because it's gonna go on a rocket and we're gonna measure the magnetic field. By the way, magnetic field, it goes this way. But once in a while it goes the other way. But it go back this way. You know why? Nobody knows. Mother Nature. Anyway, I don't know, I don't need to know about the magnetic field, but this job, I started getting excited. I did Honeywell Space, we did non-magnetic fixture. But here, I like the doctor over there. She's so smart, and I say, listen, I give you a good product, you have to teach me. And the magnetic field is what controls the world. And it goes this way. And when it flips the other way, it affects the communication, the telephone. You don't feel it, it's happening quick because it go back. Now what happens if it doesn't come back and stay up? You know what will happen? You know what happened? The end of the world, because the temperature will be on Earth 120,000 degrees Celsius. Will evaporate. We won't even feel the pain, so don't worry. We won't even feel nothing. Just keep smiling and go. Now, all the scientists, they sat down and said, when this can happen? So all the calculation came up. Give me a number, how many years? It's gonna happen. It might happen to stop, and we all bye-bye.
5
When?
5
Friday?
5
You're scaring me. 5 years? It's not gonna happen before 7,000 years from now. So everybody feel comfortable, you're gonna be living, you're not gonna burn to hell, and you don't care what will happen in the future. Okay, next question. I answer your question? Anybody else? Yeah.
Yes. Does
Yeah.
our industries have any impact with the automobiles? Do you have any fields in the automobiles like cars?
An automobile?
Yeah.
All the time. You have a car sitting in Arizona, a car sitting in Massachusetts or Siberia. You turn the radio on and sometimes the radio doesn't work. So you have two companies, Bose, you heard of Bose? And you heard of Harman Kardon? Harman Kardon called me and they say, we get from the dealer this radio, they said the amplifier is not working, so they replace it, it's not working. And they want to test it. So in Bose in Framingham, they said maybe this is something related to temperature. So they told him, we know that Corey guy who was in Raytheon and they deal with all this, the thermodynamics. So they asked me to come in, I took a Corey box over there and I took their amplifier and they put it inside and it's working. They said, well, the dealer sent it, it's not working. So I started going with temperature from 25 degrees Celsius, that's room temperature. I start coming down. I reached 10 and stopped working. So the guy who bought the car, he's right, something wrong with this. I said, give me the schematic, I wanna look at it. Now, when you start dealing with temperature, it's controlling everything in the world now. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, that's all physics, and I love physics. I'm good at it. It could be dangerous too sometimes. So anyway, I looked at the schematic. You can buy chips, two grade, military or commercial. They're using commercial and solve their problem. Harman Kardon, they have for the Kia, the Mercedes, I don't know how many different Mercedes, yeah, all of them. They want to take this amplifier, they want to slide it in the Corey box. I put all the connectivity, slide it in. We run them, it's like a little microwave, you want to look at it. You open the door, you slide it, you shut the door. And we did this for the cars. Honeywell, the EGR sensor, pressure sensor, vacuum sensor, the airbag sensor, company in Norway. I went over there in Oslo, Norway. They call it Sensenor. All of this affected by temperature. And you have to do temperature testing. So automotive is big. We even took the Harley Davidson motor and we put it inside the cooling box, to see how it's going to act with temperature. So it's very important. We all over, with automotive. Automotive, the only temperature they deal is 25 degrees Celsius, minus 40, plus 80. Communication, they go minus 45 sometimes. Space, no, the military, 25, minus 55, 125. Space, 25, 65, and sometimes 85 minus, and 180 up. Everyone is different application. You were going to say something?
So, do you still draw?
Me?
Since you are an artist.
Okay, now that's a tough question. When I'm leaving Syria in 1971, my mom, she said, oh, you're gonna go over there, you're gonna be artist, you're gonna paint and this and that, you're not gonna study. And I told her, I promise you, I'm gonna come to you and I said, I will not touch the paintbrush until I get my bachelor's degree. And I never touched the paintbrush since 1971, shame on me. If I show you my painting, I do icon for churches, icon for churches. Maybe on my cell phone after I can show you. I'm looking at it now, I said, wow, I was fantastic, but I used to do a lot with brush painting and with knife. And I used to sculpture. I love sculpturing. So I'm in a classroom like you, don't be like me. We study geometry, so we have the compass. I take the piece of chalk, the white chalk, and with the compass, and I used to sculpture faces, and just to show off me a big girlfriend or whatever, I brush it, And I have John Kennedy's face on it. He died in 1963 when he got shot. I think this is a year, 1966 when I made his face. I like John Kennedy. Anyway, but if you go on my website and you look at CoreyIndustries.com, look at my system. You can see the art in it, the color, everything nice and neat. You can see the art in it. And I still have it. Like if you give me something, I can do it now. Somebody gave me a big statue and broke here, so I can patch anything. Give me paper clip and super glue, I can fix anything. And I touch the paint and I still have it.
What inspires you to draw or be an artist? What inspires you?
Now?
Not now.
Before? I just want to be famous. No, I was good since I was a little kid. My dad, when he died in '65, I was like 15 years old. And my first exhibition was 5 years before that. I don't know, it's just in me, I can feel it. Artists, they come in like different breed. Maybe we were born with something in the brain, but. Okay, anybody else? Okay, go ahead.
Yes, so when you're studying something technical, it's very easy to get used to this pattern where you're like someone gives you assignment and you just finish them. And naturally, you'd be thinking about your job as also doing something similar that you just finish whatever others tells you. But instead, when you're running a business, it feels like you are doing everything independently. everything has to be on your own. So I'm wondering, what is a source of inspiration, source of encouragement that help you to make these decisions, where you have to be doing everything on your own and you know that it's the right thing to do?
So basically you're asking me if I'm doing everything on my own and we have a pattern or this or that.
The source of information where
The
you
source.
learn about these kind of things.
Well, I tell you, every night when I go home, I open my computer or my telephone, and I like to, let's say today I want to study about the brain. So I study this. I keep myself up to date with electronics, with all of this. I had a division of my company in San Diego for 14 years because McDonald does this and all of this. And so I have a team. And I still have team, but they all, at my age now, they work on 1099. And you always have an obstacle, but you have to learn how to put it on the side, and you have a team. A good manager, he's bored, he or she bored, because they have nothing to do, they delegate, but you keep your eyes open too, okay? Next, somebody, yeah.
As you are an industry technocrat, I would like to know your vision on climate change and sustenance energy. Solving the energy issue, as Earth doesn't have much resources to fulfill this much population. So, what is your vision, and also how can industry work with that standards?
Okay. So you're talking about environmental and the future, like electric car or solar or something like that. Okay, I have a different take. I love electric car. I'm still waiting for my car to be, I drive Jaguar. What a great country, America. Whatever. But I'm waiting for the electric car. Electric car, that's the future. We have to live with it. You have to go with the technology. They're having a lot of problems. My belief is you have the electric, because if you're driving from here to New Jersey and you stop on the highway, you can't even charge it. I like a little bit hybrid in it. You keep a little, maybe a couple of gallons just to get you 20, 30 miles to go. That's my take on it. Environment, you're talking about the environment and the ozone and all of this. This is what everybody's talking about it. And I know we have too many cars. If you work in a refrigeration, what they tell you, don't let the refrigerant go out because open a hole or this and that. Climate change, me personally, I'm talking me personally. This is where you want to take from me personally. I have, I don't know how I want to decide, because you say maybe this is a story, they talking or this and that, but it affects the environment. It affects the temperature. Look what happened this month in the summer. What happened in Arizona and California, 100, 110 degrees. Even in Europe, we're lucky in Massachusetts, we didn't get that hot heat. So they should pay attention. It's not my specialty to go deal with the environment, but I think definitely. And the car, see, all my vision from before when I started, Korea industry, I was thinking to come out something for the furnace in the house, to generate electricity for it. So it's running and you have a motor to charge a battery or something like that, but I was too busy with other bigger stuff. And the car, as of today, you have a lot of problem, the battery burning, a big chip with millions of cars, from the Lamborghinis to the Ferrari to the Rolls Royce, all of those cars, they went down in the sea because one of the Hyundai or Kia electric, the water got to it and burned the whole thing and sunk the whole thing. So you still have a problem, but nice to have a little backup. What happens if you're on a highway and you have an accident, snowstorm, and the battery empty? All those cars, you like highway for one. That's my take on it. Okay? Deal? Any more? Yeah.
From being a professor to a founder of Korea industry, it's a pretty long journey, I guess. So, how did you stay consistent throughout this process?
How long it take what?
Now, how did you stay consistent throughout this process? what kept you motivated? Like,
What
how did
keep
you
me?
push forward?
Because I got it in my mind, I want to do it. Nothing impossible. I left Raytheon, I want to start Korea industry by hook or crook. I want to do it. And see, we have a lot of standard product. One of the product, I violated the law of physics. And we have like 11 patent on it, and we sell it all over. You know, it's a thermal source. Could go from minus 80 degrees Celsius, 85 degrees Celsius, all the way to 225 degrees Celsius. All mechanical refrigeration in it. If you want to go below this, and the space they do below that, I can get down to minus 200 degrees Celsius by liquid nitrogen boost, they call it. I introduce liquid nitrogen to inside the box, and I can go down as cold as minus 200. Remember that determination? I left Raytheon, I want to open Korea industry, I gotta succeed. I don't have no choice, I can't look back. Forget the money we spent, you know, to open Korea industry and this and that. I just want to make it. Nothing impossible. You don't play now. Pay attention to your school. Leave your cell phone. Leave the voicemail. Don't sleep too much. Like I told you here. Because when you finish, you can do anything you want. And this is what I did. Okay? Anything? Well, I want to wish you the best of luck in the future. I love students, and I always, in my town and the surrounding town, I talk to the National Honor Society, but I like the student who they're not in the National Honor Society, but they don't have the opportunity or the time or the parent, you know, to become, I treat everybody alike. I always tell them, I'm available anytime you want, and you know, you all, I went through a lot in my life, and I like to pass it to the next generation because, like I mentioned, you are the most important generation for all mankind, not for us, your future husband, wife, kids, blah, 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 for the rest of them. And thank you so much. You know me, you can catch me on LinkedIn, and you can ask any question you want. All right? And good luck. Are you an artist? Can I figure that? Okay, before we go, please, just make me feel good. 125 years anniversary for Northeastern. So we open with a song. Now the people who just walked in, and they're not gonna get the $200 each student what I gave you, so you're gonna get nothing over here. So let's sing one more time. Happy birthday. Louder. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Northeastern. Happy birthday to you. You know, I don't believe you listen to me. Thank you so much. Thank you, Doctor.